Look at the objects around you. Your phone, your watch, a steel spoon. We think we understand the timeline of human progress. We think we know when we learned to melt iron, when we learned to track the stars, when we discovered electricity. We are wrong. Scattered across the globe, buried in layers of rock that are millions of years old, are objects that break every rule of history. Things that were manufactured before humans supposedly had tools. Machines found in shipwrecks that are more advanced than anything built for the next 1,000 years. Today, we are counting down the 10 most impossible artifacts ever found. These aren't myths. You can touch them, you can x-ray them, but you cannot explain them. The further we go down this list, the more the timeline of humanity falls apart. And when we get to number 1, you'll realize that everything you were taught in school was a lie to keep you feeling safe. Let's begin. Number 10, the London Hammer. In 1936, a piece of wood was found sticking out of a rock in London, Texas. It looked like a tool, but there was a problem, a massive problem. The rock surrounding the hammer was dated. It was Cretaceous limestone. That means the rock formed 100 million years ago. Think about that. Modern humans have only been around for about 300,000 years. This tool was encased in solid rock, while dinosaurs were still walking the earth. When researchers finally broke the rock open, they found a hammerhead made of 97% pure iron. This isn't crude iron. It's high-quality, stainless, industrial-grade metal. It has been exposed to the elements for decades, and it has never rusted. Archaeologists call it an out-of-place artifact. They try to explain it away. They say the rock formed around it recently through a chemical fluke. But they can't explain the wood. The handle of the hammer is partially turned into coal. That process, carbonization, takes an immense amount of time and pressure. How does a hammer get inside a 100-million-year-old stone? Either our dating of the Earth is completely wrong, or someone was building things in Texas long before the first human was born. Number 9, the Antikythera mechanism. In the year 1901, divers off the coast of a Greek island found a shipwreck. Inside, among the statues and the gold, was a lump of green, corroded bronze. For decades, it sat in a museum. It looked like junk. Then, they put it under an X-ray. What they found sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Inside that lump of bronze were dozens of interlocking gears, precision-cut teeth, differential gearing, a level of mechanical complexity that the world wouldn't see again until the 18th century. This device is over 2,000 years old. It is the world's first analog computer. It could track the movements of the sun, the moon, and the 5 known planets with terrifying accuracy. It could predict eclipses decades in advance. But here is the mystery. The Greeks didn't have the tools to cut these gears. They didn't have the math to calculate these orbits. According to our history books, the technology required to build this mechanism didn't exist for another 1,600 years. Where did the knowledge go? Or more importantly, where did it come from? It's like finding a jet engine in a Roman tomb. It shouldn't be there, but it is. Number 8, the Voynich manuscript. Most books are meant to be read. This one was meant to stay hidden. The Voynich manuscript is a 240-page book written in a language that does not exist. It's not a code. It's not a cipher. It has the structure, the rhythm, and the flow of a real language. But no one on Earth can speak it. It's filled with drawings, strange plants that don't grow on this planet, astronomical charts that don't match our sky, figures of people in green liquid connected by strange, organic pipes. The parchment has been carbon dated to the early 1400s. For 600 years, the world's greatest codebreakers have tried to crack it. The men who broke the Enigma code in World War II failed. Modern AI supercomputers have failed. It is the ultimate black box of history. Some say it's a medical book for a civilization we've never met. Others say it's a hoax. But if it's a hoax, it's the most sophisticated one in history. Every word follows Zipf's law, a mathematical pattern found only in natural languages. Whoever wrote this knew something we don't, and they didn't want us to find out. Number 7, the Saqqara bird. In 1898, a small wooden object was found in a tomb in Saqqara, Egypt. It was labeled as a bird and put in a box. It stayed there for 70 years. In 1969, an archaeologist looked at it again. He realized birds don't have vertical tail fins. Birds don't have flat, aerodynamic wings that taper toward the tips. This wasn't a bird. It was a glider. When aviation engineers put the Saqqara bird into a wind tunnel, they were stunned. The proportions were perfect. It possessed the exact lift characteristics of a modern high-performance aircraft. This object is over 2,000 years old. The Egyptians were masters of stone and gold. But were they masters of the sky? If you look at the hieroglyphs in the Temple of Seti I, you'll see things that look like helicopters, tanks, and planes. Historians call it a coincidence. But the Saqqara bird isn't a drawing. It's a physical model. A model of a technology that wasn't invented until the Wright brothers. Ask yourself, why would an ancient Egyptian carver spend days perfecting the aerodynamics of a wooden toy, unless he had seen something much larger, flying in the sky? Number 6. The Iron Pillar of Delhi. In the center of the Kut complex in India stands a pillar of solid iron. It's 23 feet tall. It weighs 6 tons. It has been standing in the open air, in the rain, in the heat, for 1,600 years, and it has never rusted. If you leave a piece of modern, high-strength steel outside, it will begin to corrode in weeks. In the humid climate of Delhi, this pillar should have turned to a pile of dust centuries ago, but it remains pristine. When scientists analyzed the metal, they found something impossible. The iron is fused with high levels of phosphorus. This creates a protective, passive film on the surface that heals itself. To achieve this today, we need advanced chemical laboratories and high-temperature furnaces. How did blacksmiths in the year 400 AD create a superalloy that outperforms modern engineering? We call it ancient history, but looking at this pillar, it looks like a technology we've forgotten. Number 5. The Piri Reis map. In 1929, a map was found in a palace in Istanbul. It was painted on gazelle skin in the year 1513 by an admiral named Piri Reis. It shows the western coast of Africa, the eastern coast of South America, and the northern coast of Antarctica. Here's the problem. Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1820. That's 300 years after the map was drawn. But it gets stranger. The map doesn't just show the coast of Antarctica. It shows the coastline without ice. We didn't know what that coastline looked like until 1958, when we used seismic sounding equipment to see through the 2-mile-thick ice sheet. According to geological records, the last time Antarctica was ice-free was at least 6,000 years ago. Piri Reis wrote in his notes that he compiled this map from much older source maps from the ancient world, who was mapping the entire planet with 100% accuracy 6,000 years ago, who had the technology to see through the ice before the ice was even there. The map exists. The facts are there, but the history doesn't make sense. Number 4. The Baghdad Battery. In 1936, near Baghdad, archaeologists found a clay jar. Inside was a copper cylinder. Inside that was an iron rod. It looked like a storage jar, but when researchers filled it with an acidic liquid, like lemon juice or vinegar, it produced a measurable electrical charge. It was a battery. This object is over 2,000 years old. According to our history, Alessandro Volta invented the battery in the year 1800. But someone in the Parthian Empire was using electricity, while the rest of the world was living in the Bronze Age. What were they using it for? Some suggest they used it for electroplating, covering silver with a thin layer of gold. Others suggest something darker. If you can build a battery, you understand the basics of electromagnetism. And if you understand that, the entire timeline of human technology is a lie. We think we're the first electric civilization. Maybe we're just the most recent ones. Number 3. The genetic disk. This is where things start to get wrong. The genetic disk is a circular stone found in Colombia. It's made of a material called lydite, a stone that is almost as hard as granite, but very brittle. It's impossible to carve without shattering, especially with ancient tools. But that isn't the impossible part. The carvings on the disk show the human biological process. It shows the male sperm. It shows the female egg. It shows the fertilization process and the development of a fetus. Here's the catch. You cannot see sperm or the fertilization of an egg with the naked eye. You need a microscope. The microscope wasn't invented until the 17th century. This disk is estimated to be over 6,000 years old. How did an ancient civilization know what happens at the microscopic level of human life? Why would they carve it onto a stone that is almost impossible to manipulate? It's as if they were trying to leave a biology textbook for whoever found it. A textbook of secrets we weren't supposed to know yet. Number 2. The Roman dodecahedron. Imagine an object so strange that the world's smartest historians can't even agree on what it's called. The Roman dodecahedron is a small, hollow object made of bronze. It has 12 flat faces. Each face has a hole of a different size. On every corner, there is a small knob. Over 100 of these have been found across Europe. They aren't mentioned in any Roman text. There are no drawings of them. There are no instructions. What are they? Some say they are candle holders. Some say they are dice. Others say they are tools for measuring the distance to the stars. But none of those explanations work. If you try to use it as a tool, it's too imprecise. If you use it as a decoration, why make it so complex? It's an object that has no place in our understanding of Rome. It looks like a component, a part of a larger machine that has been lost to time. The Romans were practical. They didn't build things for no reason. If these were everywhere, they were essential. But for us, they are a ghost. A reminder that we can live on the same earth as the ancients and have absolutely no idea what they were doing. Number 1. The Klarkstorp Spheres. We have reached the end. The object that shouldn't just be impossible, it should be forbidden. In South Africa, miners have spent years pulling strange spheres out of a rock called pyrophyllite. These spheres are small, about an inch or 2 in diameter. They are perfectly balanced, and around their centers are 3 perfectly parallel grooves. They look like they were turned on a lathe. They look like they were manufactured, but they were found in a layer of rock that is 3 billion years old. 3 billion. At that time in Earth's history, the only life on this planet was single-celled algae. There were no plants, no animals, no humans. And yet, someone or something was making perfectly balanced metallic spheres with industrial grooves. When a museum curator in South Africa put one of these spheres on a vibration-free display shelf, he noticed something terrifying. The sphere began to rotate on its own, slowly, consistently. It's as if the object is still on. Scientists try to say they are natural concretions. But nature doesn't make 3 perfectly parallel lines around the center of a sphere. Nature doesn't balance metal to 1/1000th of an inch. These spheres are a physical slap in the face to everything we believe about time. They shouldn't exist. They cannot exist. But you can hold one in your hand. And when you do, you realize that the history of Earth is not a straight line. It's a circle. And we are just the latest people to find the toys of whoever came before us. 10 objects. 10 breaks in reality. We like to think we're the peak of intelligence. We like to think we're the first to master the world. But the London Hammer, the Piri Reis map, and the Klarkstorp Spheres tell a different story. They tell us that we are walking on the ruins of giants. That the technology we think we invented might just be something we've rediscovered. Next time you look at a piece of ancient stone, look closer. You might find a gear. You might find a battery. You might find that you aren't as advanced as you think. Subscribe to stay on the grid before the map changes again. And remember, the past is never where you left it.